In the heart of Owerri, within the quiet embrace of a small village called Ubulu, something unimaginable happened. It was a morning like any other, with roosters crowing and the sun stretching over the brown sand that lined the village pathways. But this morning, Adora was gone. Among the children who roamed the dusty paths of Ubulu, Adora and her best friend, Obina, were inseparable. They played together, shared secrets, and dreamed of adventures beyond the horizon. Adora's laugh was always the loudest when Obina made a silly face, and Obina's eyes lit up every time Adora shared one of her wild ideas about the magical lands they'd one day explore. To them, the world was vast and full of possibilities, but only if they faced it together. Her parents' cries shattered the calm, drawing villagers from their huts. Adora! Adora! Her mother screamed, her voice breaking with desperation. The elders quickly convened under the great Iroko tree, their faces grim. Whispers spread through the village like wildfire. Had she been taken by spirits? Wild animals? Or something worse? But while the village murmured and speculated, Adora's best friend, Obina, stood silent, his small fist clenched. Adora is out there, he said, his voice steady despite his trembling frame. And I'll find her. Obina's search began at the riverbank where they often played. He scoured the grass, the rocks, the water itself, until something caught his eye, a beaded bracelet, its colorful beads dull under the morning sun. Adora's bracelet. His chest tightened. She was here, he whispered. He raced back to the village, showing the bracelet to anyone who'd listen. But the adults brushed him off, too focused on their rituals and prayers. Only Baba Is, the oldest man in Ubulu, listened. Baba Isa's heart smelled of herbs and secrets, and his milky eyes seemed to see through Obina's soul.
The truth is a heavy burden.
You seek answers, boy. Baba Is said, tossing bones onto a cloth. They clattered softly, landing in patterns only the elder could decipher. Beware of those close to you. The snake hides where the grass is thick. The words unsettled Obina. He didn't understand them, but he felt a growing unease. Over the next few days, he began watching everyone closely, the fishermen, the farmers, even Adora's family. One night, as the village slept, he heard voices near the edge of the forest. Moving silently, he crept closer and saw two figures silhouetted in the moonlight, Mama Oma, the village healer, and Adora's uncle, Emeka. We need to move her before the boy gets too close, Emeka said, his voice low but urgent. He's just a child, Mama Oma replied. But he's persistent. We can't risk it. Obina's heart pounded so hard he thought they might hear it. He waited until they disappeared into the forest, then followed them. His bare feet made no sound on the soft earth. They stopped at an old hut, abandoned and crumbling. Through a crack in the wall, Obina saw her, Adora, tied up, her face streaked with tears. Anger and fear surged through him, but he forced himself to stay calm. He ran back to the village, shouting for help. The villagers, armed with torches and sticks, followed Obina to the hut. They burst in, finding Emeka and Mama Oma frozen in shock. Adora was freed, her cries muffled against her mother's embrace. Under the glare of the torches, the truth spilled out. Emeka had planned to sell Adora to a wealthy trader, lured by promises of wealth. Mama Oma had helped, believing the trader's riches would bring prosperity to the village. The betrayal cut deep. The elders banished Emeka and Mama Oma, a punishment so severe it was rarely used. As they were led away, Obina remembered Baba Isa's warning, the snake hides where the grass is thick. The village celebrated Adora's return, but things were never the same. The innocence of Ubulu was gone, replaced by the weight of what had been uncovered. One evening, Obina and Adora sat under the Iroko tree, the stars shining like distant lanterns. Thank you, Adora said softly, for not giving up on me. Obina nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon. I promised I'd protect you, he said. And I will. Always. The story of Adora and Obina became a legend in Ubulu, a tale of courage and loyalty that reminded generations to come. Sometimes, the greatest danger lies not in the wild, but in the shadows of those we trust.